Hello, my internet fans. Welcome to the latest edition of Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dory Lou. She's back in this week. Yay!
Nice to see everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Be here as often as I can with some other stuff I'm working through.
And if you can hear it in my voice, I'm a little bit stopped up. I've been battling something gnarly. Don't worry, it's not serious. It's just probably a good old-fashioned cold that decides not to go away. That's all it is. It's gnarly, it's disgusting, it's Tennessee, it's allergies, it's cold season, it's whatever you want to call it. It ain't COVID. I can promise you that because I'm still going to work and I'm still as energetic as ever. But I'm fine. Josh, how are you?
Okay.
You have any medical problems you want to share with the group?
I mean, do you want me to show my prosthetic on the screen or no?
You've done that already. We don't need to worry. We don't need to see that again. Anyway, folks and friends, hello to everyone in the chat room following along, watching us on the Casa Network, the Casa. There's Mr. Yuck. I've had a lot of Mr. Yuck coming out of me. How about that?
Oh, be nice. Hey, Mr. Yuck, how you doing?
Thanks for joining us into the Sports Bar this week. The state is going haywire. Knoxville is going haywire because in who knows how long of a time our Tennessee Vols
16 years.
They defeated, crushed, stomped in a very close victory, 52-49, beating the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Woohoo!
And there are three big things here in especially in Pigeon Forge and Sevierville: the UT football, Tennessee Titans, and Dollywood. Those three things.
Yay! Congrats to you guys, cause screw Roll Tide.
Ooh! Ouch! Ooh, Roll Tide! Wow. Let's not go that.
I'm a Buckeyes guy. What do you expect?
Well,
yeah. There you go. And I've kind of been following your Buckeyes. So the guys that I regularly see that I work with when I'm doing my physical and vestibular therapy stuff are UT alum. And whenever I'm in there, I'm hearing all about college football and this team and that team, and nobody's as good as the Vols. And it's like, well, we know they're just, big UT fans. But to my guys over at Benchmark, awesome. I'm very ecstatic for you guys, especially since somehow you've pulled me onto your bandwagon. Probably because I listen to you talk about the Vols twice a week. Thank you. And awesome. Okay, going on.
Well, the celebration is probably still going on, but it got so bad or so good, however you want to call it, that of course the fans, the students, they swarmed the field, they beat down the goalposts, they threw the goalposts into the Tennessee River, which was a shock. And so the SEC decided, well, you can't do that. And there's Pop. Hey, Pop, how you doing, Pop? I've got news about Pop later in the show. Pop knows what it is, but it's good news for Pop. They decided to throw the goalpost into the Tennessee River, and the SEC said you can't do that, and it's going to cost you $100,000 to replace them. So the UT Vols decided to go out on Twitter and said, "Well, can you guys help us out with some donations?"
The Vols fans and they're just, I think Tennessee Volunteer fans have got to be some of the best supporters of this college, period. Go ahead, Mike.
To the point where they brought in $105,000. They had three different options. You could give them a $16 donation, which was the amount of time it took to beat the Crimson Tide.
I'm going to correct you on that.
Oh, go ahead.
They didn't bring $100 and then $105. They brought in $105,000.
I left out the word thousand. I said that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there is good old Zach in his sports bar.
And not a sports bar; it's a adult vicinity, but
okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
You could also donate $52.49, which was the final score, and you could actually make a big donation of about $1,000, which represented the attendance of 101,000 screaming Vols fans. And well done again to the Tennessee Volunteers, and they're going to need new goalposts, and they'll easily get them. Good job to them. All right,
Oh, I got this one.
You got this one? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, remember, I'm the NASCAR girl, not you.
That's right.
So, NASCAR, we do follow that to a degree. I've got Mike into NASCAR somewhat. And unfortunately, my driver is not a contender right now, but that's okay because we're going to have a new season here soon. But in NASCAR news, this past weekend, Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson kind of got into it after Kyle Larson accidentally bumped and semi-wrecked. Oh, you're awesome, kid. And semi-wrecked Bubba Wallace and took him out of the race. They kind of had a little confrontation in the middle.
Oh, it was more than that.
So, and we kind of already knew this from some of the stuff in the past. Bubba Wallace can be a bit of a hothead when it comes to the racing. He got into Kyle Larson's face after Kyle Larson had him spinning out of control. And as Larson was getting out of the car, Wallace approached him and immediately went up and shoved him multiple times. To the best of my knowledge, because I didn't really watch too much, she'll push and shove. It did not come down to full blows. Of course, a lot of not nice words. And they have just now punishment for Mr. Bubba Wallace for his hothead. No, he's not in the championship series. However, he will not be racing this weekend due to his behavior.
I think that's a slap on the wrist, actually, because it's the end of the season. There's really no point for him to be there other than for prize money or anything else like that. Okay, we've got the next race and then the final race in Atlanta.
Yeah, but even though he's not in the championship series, he's still got to put his name and his reputation out there. And right now, that reputation is not a good one.
Josh, you got anything on this?
I haven't been paying attention to NASCAR lately. Honestly, the past few weeks, I don't even know if my guy Blaney's even in anymore.
I don't think he is.
No, I don't believe he is.
No. Darn it! Yeah,
No.
Come on, guys. NASCAR is supposed to be America's sport, good old classy, and now you guys are looking like some
now
football
it's like
players.
Now you're going to the races in a fight, and you're seeing the fights instead of going to the hockey game for the fights. You're going to NASCAR for the fights,
right?
Jeff Foxworthy once said, "We're making a left turn, If you're driving and somebody cuts you off and they don't give you that little wave, you have every right to go high and tight and drive them into the wall." So there's that. I mean, it's
I can't really do that on some of these Tennessee roads because if I try to take them into the wall, chances are I'm taking them off an embankment.
Zach, you got anything on the NASCAR race?
Hi, Zach.
So, how you doing?
We're good.
So what are we doing? Just sport? We're just doing slaps on the wrist in sports now?
That sounds
Mike,
right.
you know what I'm talking about. That incident from last week went untouched. So we're just doing slaps on the wrist now, huh?
That's what I'm calling it. Like I said, he's not allowed to race. He'll probably lose out on prize money, and that's it. And my other problem is this. I know that Larson is the bigger man, but he didn't even try to throw a punch.
Because he's the bigger man.
Well, yeah, but if someone's coming up at you, you gotta you got to at least try and swing once. I would have. Yeah, right.
No, well, who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? No, I mean, Larson did the right thing. He didn't throw the punt, try to throw any punches there. He simply, was trying to walk away and defend himself. He wasn't going to play that game, which hats off to Larson for being the bigger man and not, coming to blows with him. Hey, whatever.
That's my brother calling me out. He knows I can't pick a fight with anybody. So,
I mean, Mikey, I haven't even met you in person yet, but even I can tell, yeah, you ain't throwing any punches.
Me, on the other hand, no, I'm kidding.
Oh, no. Dory would absolutely throttle. Dory does throttle Mikey on a weekly basis, and it's entertaining each time.
Why, thank you.
I think the reason half the people tune in is to see how is Dory going to throttle Mikey again this week.
Oh, my heart. Oh, stab at thee. With my last breath, I stab at thee. All right.
Oh,
You got me on that.
It's okay. Chase is going to win it all.
Who?
You
Chase
think?
is going to win it all. It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, nobody from Richard Childress Racing is even in. Sorry.
Hey, producer man.
Good night,
Hey,
everybody.
producer monkey.
I'm going to end the show early. I'm done. That's it.
Okay, well.
Hey, producer monkey, if you're going to make the comments, get your producer monkey booty in here to do it. Don't just do it from behind the producer seat.
What are you doing, Josh? You guys are taking over my show. Which I'm okay with.
I told you I was going to do that tonight if I needed to, so I think I need to.
We don't need to bring in the familiar bonds of brotherhood into this show because Jay did it for at least 10, 15 years. He knows.
But that's when we just go and get the popcorn.
You want the popcorn in the 3D movie? Okay, fine.
Dr. Pepper.
Well, I mean, with Zach here, it's kind of rated R, I think.
How so?
His location.
Oh. Yeah, he's just going to bring in one of the girls and have them sit there for eye candy, and I'm just going to sit there all googly-eyed and whatnot.
Hey, Zach. I have a question. Your tag says New Orleans Aints fan.
Correct.
You
we
forgot
are the
that.
Aints now.
They are the Aints now. Yep, that sounds about right. And my son Zach is probably feeling the exact same way.
Don't get me started about my guys, but we will get to that.
Yes, we will. But I'm looking at this comment. Who is that person that says it? What? Who is that? Bring up that. Who is that person?
Get rid of a troll.
Who is that?
A troll, most likely.
Probably, but that's okay. I mean,
a fan is a fan, I guess.
More or less. So, okay, shall we get started on some NFL stats?
Yes, let's. By all means.
Okay, so, week 6 of football. I think some of us got some very big surprises in our picks and what went down. We're going to start here at the top with Washington and Chicago. Washington won 12-7. Carson Wentz was 12 for 22 for 99 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Oh, that's right. The Thursday night game. There was not a single freaking touchdown, was there?
Not one.
Thursday night games are becoming the games of why even bother watching this shit show?
No, there was one touchdown because Justin Fields had one touchdown with one interception. But it's like the Washington Commanders, they're no longer on a 4-game losing streak. They have won a game. I totally went for the Bears on that. I don't know what happened. What was I doing on Thursday night?
I was playing poker.
I think I was working on other stuff. So anyways, missed it, but didn't miss much
I was
apparently.
watching
Like I said, apparently I didn't miss much. So 12-7, Washington took that. Any thoughts?
Go ahead, Josh.
My only thought's going to be, I guess, when Amazon and NFL made the deal for Thursday night games, it's like, okay, Amazon, you're going to get all the Thursday games, but in return, they're all going to suck ass.
Apparently, it's looking that way, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all I got to say on this crap show.
And I'm sorry, Al Michaels belongs on NBC Peacock. He does not belong on Amazon Prime. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yes, Zach?
Grey's Anatomy is too good to watch Thursday Night Football.
All right, we can go with that. We can go with that because we definitely know how stuff goes down, right? Okay. Mike, do you want to take the next one?
Sure. The Falcons beat the 49ers 28-14. Jimmy G went 29 of 41 for 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Marcus Mariota went 13 of 14 for 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. And looking at my my list back here on the stat board, 9,000. Where is San Francisco on my? They are still atop I believe they are atop their division at 3-3, and the Falcons. Where are they? Where are my Falcons at? I have no idea where the Falcons are. They are also 3-3. So both teams are even at 500 right now. Next matchup. Spoiler alert, we're going to Belichick bash because that's what we do on this show. We Belichick bash. The Patriots.
Yeah, I got some bashing to do.
Okay. The Patriots beat the Browns 38-15. Bailey Zappe 24 of 34 for 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Jacoby Brissett went 21. I didn't get the remaining of that stat. He had 452 yards, of 21 of 45, 266 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Next week's game, Coach Belichick has the chance to pass George Halas in winning game number 325. Of course, that's an accomplishment that could possibly be broken. But, Josh, the floor is yours. Go ahead. This is your game.
I'll be honest, I was just leaving Mass when this game was going on, and then I went to a place we have up in PA. That's a Christmas lane thing. So I really didn't even watch this game, but screw Bill Belichick. Just screw Bill Belichick because on principle. But congratulations to Myles Garrett for breaking the Browns' all-time tackle record of hopefully future Hall of Famer Clay Matthews. Congratulations, Myles Garrett. You are the man. And fire our defensive coordinator. Please. Please.
Is that going to make a difference?
What?
Is that going to make a difference?
Yes. Yes. And get Chubb and Hunt on the field at the same time. Come on, Stefanski.
Go ahead, Zach.
My favorite part of that game is I love how his rookie defensive player tried to give him the game ball, and Belichick looked at him like, what the hell are you doing? I don't want this. He looked so completely outraged that the dude was trying to give him the ball. It was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, just come on. We are better than this. We are very much better than this. And yeah, the fact that I'm spending, time right now ranting about the Browns in this when NXT is about to have some great main roster competitors on that's how upset I am about this.
If you're better than this, you wouldn't be 2-4 right now.
Shut up.
Hey, I'm an honest stat boy, okay? What's going on here? You're 6 games in, you only won twice. What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know. It should not be like this. And on top of this, Watson has another lawsuit.
Really?
Now what?
Yep.
What happened now?
Someone else came forward.
Oh,
Great.
Also,
As
when
if
we were
you-
talking about the Commanders, I'm surprised we didn't bring up the whole Dan Snyder sending a letter to all the team owners thing today. That
What was
just
that about?
happened.
What was that about?
Oh, about the whole ESPN article claiming that he has private investigators investigating every single owner and the commissioner and everything and etc. And a lot of other owners are coming out and basically being, like, yeah, we're more willing to get him out of here.
As if Roger Goodell doesn't have enough on his plate already.
Right? Hey, JJ, that last comment you got there. Yeah. Shush it, producer boy.
Uh-oh. You're going to bring him in here and he's going to kick your ass.
It's okay. It's the
trying
countdown to
to bring him in
Deshaun.
here.
Relax.
Oh,
You'll get Deshaun
JJ.
Watson soon
You
enough.
just wait till the next open mic night, buddy.
What's going to happen on the next open mic night? I'd like to know.
I messaged you.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. But let's move on from this unfortunate mishap.
Yeah, and now we're going into the twilight zone because the Jets won an unbelievable. What is happening? The Jets knocked off the Packers 27-10. Zach Wilson only went 10 of 18 for 110 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers went 26 of 41 for 246 yards. As if you remembered, the last 2 seasons, it was always the Jets and the Jaguars. They were always the 2 teams that we would bash in. And now they're a top 5 team. What's going on?
That's what I'd like to know. I mean, this was one of those, upsets. I think nobody expected the Jets to beat Green Bay, period. Josh?
I'm just laughing because, well, again, Rodgers is old. He has no wide receivers. And I guess, Zach Wilson, that time off with his injury, spending time with all those moms must have done him some good.
Zach?
That's my second team. They had the best draft in the NFL, period. And it's starting to show on the field. Whatever Zach Wilson did in the offseason with his MILFs or whatever you want to call it, maybe Mike, maybe I should bring Zach Wilson here to my world, and then, maybe he'll become a Hall of Fame quarterback. If you know, you know.
I was trying to be good at not using the term.
Oh.
I love
Mike's just lost complete control, and this
I'm
is
just
entertaining.
sitting back and watching it happen. That's
So,
all I'm doing.
just on the notes here, the Jets haven't been in the playoffs in over 10 years. The last time was 2010, and this is the league's longest active drought. And this is their best start since 2015. Are they going to continue?
Oh, look at that.
Oh! Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Good evening, Joe. Welcome.
What would happen when we get to December and January and we actually have to say that the Jets are in the playoffs?
Bite your tongue. We're not there yet.
This entire
Zach's talking
season
out over
of
there.
NFL has just been absolutely insane, and it's awesome. Besides us losing.
Yeah, I will definitely take that because that's just keeping my team towards the top here. I'm really liking it.
Hey, as long as my secondary team and my third string team are doing good, then I'm happy.
I don't know how my secondary team is doing. I have to look at that. Well,
The
we'll get there.
Seahawks? We'll get to them.
Ugh. Better
Next
than the
match.
Broncos.
It's like, are they my second or are they my third? Okay.
Since moving to Tennessee, I would think they would be your third.
Okay.
The Colts.
Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Indianapolis took this one 34-27. Trevor Lawrence went 20 of 22 for 165 yards with 1 touchdown and 0 interceptions. Nice job there. And Matt Ryan, 42 of 58 for 389 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Matt Ryan has broken the single game record for completions in franchise history, and his seventh NFL career passing list.
One letter too much, but yes, he is 7th on the NFL career passing list. He's already passed some big names.
Wow. Matt Ryan actually is playing, huh?
Go ahead and take the next one, Dory. This one's all you.
Oh, yes, it sure is. So let's see. Minnesota went to Miami to play. And it just shows that we've got our stuff together right now. So Minnesota took that one 24-16. Skull.
Skull.
Cousins. Yep. Cousins went 20 of 30 for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Skylar Thomas went 7 of 13. Shame. 89 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Teddy Bridgewater came into the game in the third quarter after Thompson got hurt in the second quarter. For those who are not in the know, Bridgewater was a Viking QB several years ago, and somewhere in my storage unit, I believe I have his Vikings jersey. But when he came in, he went 23 for 34, 329 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. However, Bridgewater, and I'm glad he got past all the protocols and was able to be back on the field, still wasn't enough to take out his former team. Again, Skull. Now, we're to Zach's game. Cincinnati Bengals at the New Orleans Aints. That's right, I said Aints. Cincinnati took that one 30-26. Joe Burrow went 28 of 37 for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Andy Dalton, 17 of 32 for 162 yards and 1 touchdown. What happened here?
Zach, what happened?
The best thing we do is run the ball. We have no quarterbacks. Our wide receivers are constantly hurt. We run the ball. It's what we do well. And we completely went away from that in this game. They thought we would beat Cincinnati through the air. It's Joe Burrow. Look how Joe Burrow walked into the stadium in a Jamar Chase LSU jersey. That's his field. That's the field he won the national championship on. We completely went out of left field. We couldn't get stopped on third down. Our special teams was god awful. We had to punt the ball deep. Our punter punted the ball. I crap you not, 18 yards. What happens on the next play? Joe Burrow throws a 60-yard touchdown untouched to Jamar Chase, and we lose the game.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
What's more sad is at times I think, we're doing this on purpose to savage the season, to get a top pick. Wait a minute. We don't have a pick. We traded our pick. So this makes no sense at all. This team is the New Orleans Eights. Josh, don't feel bad. You're going to get Deshaun Watson eventually. But I put it like this. My team is worse than yours.
See, I was rooting for you guys just because, well, AFC North and screw the Bengals. So I was rooting for you guys on principle.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Well, and pick them, I picked the Bengals. So.
Yeah, I took the Bengals on that one. But, sometimes with my picks, it's like I pray I'm wrong. But, like I said, I think we got a lot of surprises this week in football.
I thought this game was going to be worse than that. So, I did pick the Bengals. So.
All right, Mike, go ahead and take the next one.
Gladly. The New York Giants defeated the Baltimore Ravens 24-20. Lamar Jackson went 17 of 32 for 210 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Daniel Jones went 19 of 27 for 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Both New York team won. Everything is happening in New York. And also earlier today, the Yankees have defeated the Guardians 5-1. So now the Yankees are in the ALCS. Well, we have to update the Stat Board 9000 on that one, but I'm sorry I have to do that because everything is happening in major sports towns, especially when we get to the end of the football stuff here. The last time the Giants, or if you remember last season, the Giants went 4-13, and now they are 5-1. So unless they totally tank for the remainder of the season, they might actually have a winning season this year, which I believe so. And 5-1, that's pretty good.
Go for it, Zach.
Okay. What alternate universe do we live in that in week 6, that the Jets are 4-2 and the Giants are 5-1? What are we doing wrong?
There's another Birds team that's 5-0 that we'll get to.
That'd be 6-0.
Oh, 6-0, yes. 6-0 that we'll get to. What, like I said earlier, what is this season?
Well,
I'm not complaining about the Ravens taking a giant L.
I will say, I'm working weekends right now as a scare actor here in Tennessee at a place called Flightworks.
That sounds accurate.
I think some of the team have seen some of my pictures from my hair and makeup artists, which is me and a couple other people. And one of the things I hear a lot is, "Oh my God, we're going into the Upside Down." So did we enter the Upside Down for football?
Well, nothing happened in the next game because the next game makes me happy. Bring up the page.
Why does it make you happy?
Because Brady lost.
But the Steelers won, so screw that. I had to actually root for Brady in that one.
I don't remember what I did. I'm looking. Steelers beat the Buccaneers 20-18. Tom Brady went 25-42 for 143 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Kenny Pickett went 11 of 18 for only 67 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 interceptions, causing Mitch Trubisky to come off the bench and go 9 of 12 for 144 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 interceptions. And now the Fox Sunday crew has decided to add to their roster, along with Michael Strahan and Jimmy Johnson and Terry Bradshaw and all those guys. They now have Gronk on their roster. This is, of course, the good old-fashioned. A player can't just stay. He has to be part of the game. I am really worried about this. I think he's going to – I don't see him as an analyst of any kind. I cringed when he was at WrestleMania and all that garbage. I mean –
well, the thing is, if you see like all the Subway commercials and a lot of that he's done since retiring, or even before he retired. He's portrayed as being a complete and total goofball, and just not very intelligent. I think he's going to surprise us, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt for NFL Sunday Squad. But they also said that they wanted him in there so that when Brady joins the next season, because apparently Brady is going to officially retire again at the end of this season, to become an analyst as well. And they're going to put the Brady Gronk team back together for analyzing. Zach, go for it.
Small fact about Gronk. I don't know if any of y'all watch Top Chef, but the host of that show is his wife now.
Wow.
So now he's into the whole red carpet, Bravo, Top Chef food world thing. So he's not really staying fully fit, but we'll see.
As long as it means he's not getting back on the field with Brady, I'm 100% okay with whatever he does.
Oh, that's coming. You know it's coming.
Shh. They're in week 7 already.
Brady
hasn't
in the
happened
booth
yet. Shh.
I can't see. Okay, well, let me say that I can see him in the booth when he's not on camera. I can't see him as an analyst. I can't. I'm sorry.
Which one, Brady or Gronk?
Brady. I think, as much as I bash that he's not the GOAT, okay, I think he would be the headliner, the big guy. His name is too big to put him in an analyst group. Okay, if he's got the headset on with Joe Buck or whoever's doing a game, that's one thing. That's okay. That's working off a pair. When you're working off a whole group, they're not gonna focus on the group. They're gonna focus on Brady. Okay, the Fox crew works as a unit. They've got everybody there. They all work off each other. They all talk in sequence, but the focus is going to be on it's Tom Brady. But he's in a suit. He's not in his uniform. He's going to talk about, well, when I quarterback a team and when I did it, that doesn't work.
You might be surprised.
If it's voice, then it's different.
Yes, Zach.
That's like College Game Day, for instance. They added Pat McAfee to the team, and it's starting to take away from Lee Corso, which is the bread and butter of College Game Day.
Yeah, that's highly possible. That is highly possible. But then again, he may completely surprise us. And Fox may completely surprise us too and say, all right, we've had enough of this. If you can't just analyze the game without putting your stamp on it, that, well, when I was a quarterback, I did this, it's going to be done. You never know.
Fox wouldn't do that. Again, it's Brady, unfortunately. So.
Aaron Austin, you're fired.
Oh, come on, bro. Really?
I still disagree.
Now, which firing are you giving him, Dory? The Vince firing or the Trump firing?
Let's see. Yeah, don't message me tonight, Aaron, because we'll have words.
The Omarosa Trump firing.
All right, moving on. We've got the Rams at the Panthers. And the Rams took that one 24-10. PJ Walker went 10 of 16 for 60 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. Stafford was 26 of 33 for 253 yards with one touchdown and one interception.
Not much on that game. I really didn't get anything for that. We can go into the next one.
Both teams suck.
Both
Baker
teams
sucks.
I will. All right. This is actually probably my third string team. So Seattle and Arizona. Seattle took that one 19-9. Kyle Murray went 23 of 37 for 222 yards with no touchdowns and 1 interception. Geno Smith, 20 of 31 for 197 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. Now, let's see. The Cardinals have beaten the Seahawks 5 out of their last 7 matchups. So this is a nice little turnaround, right? Seattle's going to start coming back over the Cards. The game was played as scheduled after the Mariners lost to the Astros in 18 innings. If Seattle had beaten Houston, the game was going to be moved back by an hour and a half to avoid crowd issues, as the stadiums are right next to each other. Yeah, they are, come to think of it.
Is it like that in Ohio, Josh? Is the football stadium and the baseball stadium, are they separate or close to each other?
Pretty much. I don't know if it's across the street from each other.
But they're pretty much next door to each other, aren't they?
And I have to look. I don't know if it's right across from each other. I know the Cavs arena is close to the baseball stadium, I think. So, but all of the stuff is pretty close in Cleveland. So
that is true. That is true. Yes,
I've been inside the Cavs arena for WWE events. I've been outside of the Browns football stadium. I've not been close to the baseball stadium.
Fun fact about that division: there's 3 teams tied at 3-3 at the top of that division.
Yeah.
So even though Seattle traded Russell Wilson, they're still, they're still at the top, which is pretty surprising. So
Broncos trades for Russell Wilson's turned out a lot worse than our trade for Watson, I think.
I do remember that Honda Center is literally across the street from Angel Stadium too, so I can understand why the teams, the Seahawks and the Mariners decided to work together. So that's why I brought that up. But now we go to these two guys.
All right, we've got Dallas and Philly. And Mr. Producer, can we have a graphic? Thank you. All right, so Dallas and Philly. Philly took this one 26-17. Cooper Rush was 18 of 38 for 181. 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Jalen Hurts, 15 of 25, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. The city of Philadelphia has been on a roll. The Phillies advanced to the division series between them and the Dodgers. The Eagles remain undefeated for the first time since 2004.
He's lucky Jeff isn't here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm seeing Pop's comment here. I love it.
I will say, since his crappy Yankees beat my Guardians, I will get to say it this week. Hey, Jeff, your Cowboys ain't damn boys.
I'll take it. Let's see. Eagles are undefeated for the first time since 2004, where they won their first 7 games and ended up winning the Super Bowl that year. 2004. Oh, I know what I was doing in 2004. Okay. The Eagles dominated the first half, and the Cowboys came close until 3 interceptions in the second half. Dak Prescott says he plans to return next week when the Cowboys play the Lions. Rawr. Actually, they're playing the Lions. Goes, prrr. They're pussycats, right? Right.
Well, so are the Bengals.
So other than not having to hear any Cowboy admiration because they legitimately lost, and I think Hurts is a decent quarterback, and everybody's got, Dak. They can't do it without Dak. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I love you too, Aaron.
Have the Lions and the Vikings played yet? Oh wait, I think the Vikings won that match.
Yep. You know, I still love you, Aaron. Mwah. We just know who's got the better team.
Look, you see, there's a reason this helmet is on the bottom, because you're on a bye week this week. And your players are knocking over cameramen.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's true. Your players are knocking over cameramen and getting in trouble. All right. But Dak's going to be expecting to be back next week.
Bring it, bro.
And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I the best of health is a good player, and I don't want to see anybody, have career-ending injuries, that kind of stuff. Moving on.
The final game, the Monday Night Football game.
This was very.
Oh, we forgot
This
that
is
one.
Sunday.
We forgot Kansas City. Oh, I didn't even put that one in there.
No,
This one was
did
before
not.
the Eagles Cowboys game.
Rats! I totally forgot
That's why I
about
was
the Chiefs
surprised we
and the
skipped it at
Bills.
first.
Oh, okay. So, Mikey. Let's see.
If Jay can put
Buffalo
on
at
the
Kansas
stats
City.
there, and we can bring up the numbers for Mahomes and
Yeah,
Josh
Buffalo
Allen.
and Kansas City. Buffalo took that one 24-20.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Woohoo!
Them and my 49ers go back and forth between my second and third team. So
Apologize to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. There we go. There's Mahomes stats coming up.
Sorry about that, guys. All right.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Mikey. You got it?
Seeing if I can bring it up quickly. Josh Allen went. He had 329 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes is kind of small. I can't really read it right there. That's my own stupidity. Patrick Mahomes went. He had 338 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Thank you, JJ. You did good on that, but this one falls on me because I did not. I totally missed the game.
as Noah would say,
This game was 5-star.
And I make mistakes. I'm sorry.
I said, yeah, you've been doing that a lot lately, and I'm not talking just football. He's screwing up with my fantasy hockey team, too. That's okay. That's okay.
Mike,
Mine
yes,
too.
please heard his name on now.
Mine sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, Mikey.
We still love you, annoying little brother.
That's me.
Okay, now let's go to the very disappointing Monday night game. To me, it was very disappointing. The Chargers and the Broncos.
In overtime.
In overtime, the Chargers won 19-16.
Good.
Russell Wilson went 15 of 28 for 188 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Justin Herbert, 37 of 57, 238 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I mean, it was just field goal after field goal after field goal, except for the 1 touchdown from the Chargers. Yes, Zach.
I'm about to tear this game apart.
Go for it.
Listen. This is the first game Russell Wilson actually had won. If it wasn't for his stupid, retarded, I don't even know what the word to describe his rookie cornerback, Damari Mathis. 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 costly pass interferences.
Yep.
By a rookie. Rookies make mistakes. So here's where I like
boys.
when rookies come into the NFL. Now, as a veteran, Russell Wilson needs to make the rookie pay. It's time for the rookie team dinner. It's time for the rookie initiation.
Yeah.
Remember Dazed and Confused? He needs a
Yes.
paddle.
No comment. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at?
That's the end. That's the last one.
The Rams kicker Dustin Hopkins kicked 4 field goals, including the game winner in overtime, and had an injury to his hamstring in overtime. Actually, he was dealing with an injury for the entire. I know. Mikey, did you see that? Are you paying attention? You got any comments there? Feedback?
Double A always is the one that likes to call me out because I always double back and I claim mistakes. So when we were living together in California, I think it happened like we were watching either Orange is the New Black, or we were watching The Chi, or we were watching Senseless, and he called me out on something, and he put a big Facebook post over on it. So he likes to do that. That is true.
No, well, sometimes it needs to happen.
Yeah, that it does.
All
So
right,
with all the games being done, let's take a look at where everybody stands in the power rankings. There, like I said, the New York Jets are really shocking up there. They are in the top 5, or the top 6 actually. Philadelphia is the number 1 team. Buffalo, then followed by Minnesota, score.
Woo-hoo!
The Giants and the Chiefs round out the top 5, followed by the Jets in the top 10. The Chargers, the Cowboys drop down to 8. The Titans and the Indianapolis round out the top 10. Then Baltimore, Atlanta, Seattle, New England, Cincinnati, and Miami finish out the left side of the grid. Remember, we've started doing the whole left and right plus minus kind of thing. And so the 49ers and the Buccaneers on the right side where they should be, because let's face it, I Brady bash every week, followed by the Packers, the Rams. The Browns are on 21st. They're not even in the top 20. They're in the top 25. The Saints, the Jags, the Cardinals, the Commanders. The Steelers moved up a few spaces, but they're in the middle of the column. The Bears, the Broncos, the Texans, the Lions, the Raiders, and the Panthers round out the bottom of the barrel. Looking at our pick'em contest at the end of week 6.
Goodness. Do you realize that only one team from the I'm going to screw this up now, NFC North is on the left side?
That would be the Vikings.
Sorry about your kitty cats there, Double A.
We used to bash on the Lions, too, 3 years ago. They started out strong, and now they're tanking. As far as the pick'em contest, Tammy scored the most points out of the week with 10, JP at 9. Renegade and Pop and Zach and Brandon got 8. Michael, Dory Lou, and Nathan got 7. Emmanuel got 6. Daniel got 4. Josh only got 1, and he promises to make picks this week. I said I wasn't going to call him out, but I guess I told a little white lie. But he's been busy, and that's okay. It's forgivable. I was starting to worry about you there a little bit. Just finish out the season. How did you PS for? You got a 3rd place finish. Overall, Tammy has a 2-game lead over Brandon and a 6-game lead over Dory, JJ, and Pop at 50. Zach and JP are right behind them at 49. Mike at 48. Daniel and Nathan at 44. Emmanuel at 42. And Josh is 2 weeks behind at 20. So he's almost playing for pride unless somebody else decides to take a week off.
Well, that's okay. I mean, things happen, and you know what? Oh.
No,
he'll make his picks this week. He assured us at the.
Actually, I'm going to just announce now. I am withdrawing from the pick'em contest. It just with everything I have going on, I just have so much stuff to do. Just having another thing to remember. Yes, I know it's not a big thing. Just for me, like I feel bad not doing it, but I need to get more things off of my plate and just focus on some other things right now. So I'm going to be withdrawing from the Pick'em contest. I am sorry, Mikey, but I don't want to keep disappointing you.
Hey, Josh, you got a lot on your plate. It's understandable. Sometimes you got to let
it
something
wasn't
go.
a disappointment. It was starting to become a worry. I mean, I was starting to think that like you had gotten sick or something.
No, it just
serious
literally had
happened.
so many other things going on.
You know,
But it was unfortunately the last thing on my mind.
All right, it's understandable. I mean, you're still welcome to come into the sports bar every week, like you always do. If you don't want to play, that's fine. I will accept your withdrawal.
Or whenever you're able to.
Yeah.
All right, one more thing we need to bring up before we start wrapping up the show. We got through our first week of fantasy hockey, and we have one final graphic to show up. There's the week 1 results. And the players on the right are each team's best player for week 1. And the points are all there. Dory's not doing very good, didn't do very good the first week.
Hey,
but
Dory's learning.
Her best player is Kreider of the Rangers, who scored 2 goals, a regular goal and a power play goal.
Kreider.
Chris Kreider scored. It is not rigged. I won fair and square. Zach is the next one up. Mark Stone of the Knights. He had the first official game-winning goal in a game this week, and of course, the game-winning goal is counted in fantasy rules as either the overtime goal or scored in the last minute of play that gives the team the win. Yes, the league will say that the game-winning goal could have taken place 12 minutes earlier, but that's a regular strength goal in my world. The Kings Reign were next. Connor McDavid. I told this to JJ in the chat room. I see why he picked Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid is always, ever since last season, he has been the number 1 fantasy ranked player. He scored 3 goals. He got the natural hat trick, a regular goal, a power play goal, and an empty netter. Nathan's top player is Jake Quincell of the Penguins. He scored a goal. Daniel's best player is Patrice Bergeron of the Bruins. He scored a goal. The big breakout star of the week actually is Mika Zibanejad. He was the first one to score a shorthanded goal, which gave Emmanuel a ton of points. And by some, I don't know how I did it. Honest and true, I really don't. Maybe the 11 points that John Gibson scored in the Ducks Open and game opener helped me out. But Sidney Crosby is my top player. The goalies are in their own league because they will score the most points in the games they play. It would take at least 3 goals and a couple assists just to match the goalie's performance. So there's the week 1 performance. Week 2 is almost done this week. A lot of games took place on Saturday and the Friday before. Tomorrow there's not very few games. Tonight there are a few games as well. And these will be updated for next week. Let's, do we have any plugs available, Renegade? You want to go ahead and do the plugs and then we'll do the shout out? There's everything that the Casa D18 Studios is going to do for Halloween.
Yeah, lots of stuff coming on the channel this week. All the plugs are pretty much for my own shit. So let me just go ahead and talk it up real quick.
Go ahead.
Hocus Pocus 2 already up on the channel. Season finale of She-Hulk Attorney at Law will be dropping Thursday. New release Saturdays for the rest of the month. The Curse of Bridge Hollow comes this week, and Bitch Ass will be the last one this month. Next Monday, The Dad's Not Always on Wrestling. Jeff and I, the top 10 horror movie sequels. Of course, The War Zone on Sundays. We got 14 nights of Halloween. I will be covering the entire Michael Myers saga, including 2 fan films. One that fits perfectly between the original Halloween and Halloween 2, called You Can't Kill the Boogeyman. And then The Haddonfield Nightmare, which is a great sequel to H2O, getting rid of that craptastic Halloween Resurrection with Busta Rhymes trying to do Tai Bo and shit. All the way up until Halloween Ends on Halloween night, which will be a special review with Jeff also. We've also got upcoming pay-per-view and PLE coverage coming this Saturday, Halloween Havoc, NXT. November 12th, Hard Times from NWA. November 19th, AEW Full Gear. And then the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I believe that's the 26th, Survivor Series War Games.
All right.
Thank you, Renegade. I mentioned it earlier. The football squares is still going on. We are now through week 6, and we had 2 winners in the last game, one of them being Pop. Pop won again. He won the first and second quarter in the Monday night game. The second player was a friend from work, Ken. He got the other half of the pot, and that clears the pot, and we're starting brand new for week 7. Remember also, if you want to play, it is now $2 a square for week 7 through week 13. There's the grid. We had a good amount of players. Squares in the upper left corner, the 00 and the 30. That's what got him the 2 wins. Nobody won the third quarter, and the final was, of course, 19-16. So when if the game would have stayed tied, it would have been 16-16. That would have been square 68. But my friend Ken won that matchup as well. Before we actually have a Stat Boy shout out. Yes, if you watched Monday Night Raw this week, of course you would have seen Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley get into it. And as you can see, the highlighted security guard there, that is our good friend Gino Told You So, because he told you so. The Puerto Rican Pitbull. He's one of our longtime friends. He's had a long wrestling career on the indies. He's one of our close-knit friends, and I guess where I didn't catch where Raw was, but they gave him a call. Hey, we need you to try and stop Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar from killing each other. Good luck with that. You got 2 big guys wanting to beat the hell out of each other, and you're right in the middle of it. You couldn't pay me enough for that.
You think, like, back in, 2015 when you had Undertaker and Lesnar, and you had the entire locker room trying to pull them apart? Yeah, I'd be more terrified of this, I think.
It all worked out, though. Good job, Gino. Keep up the good work in the ring. Dory, do you have some positive words this week?
Yes, I do. Especially with, I know I haven't been here much. I'm dealing with my own medical stuff. That's hit and miss on when I'm able to be here, but I'll be here as much as I can. So thank you, everybody, for your support and your patience. And I do have a positive that I think we all need to hear. We need to share. And it's something that is I needed a reminder of as well. A meaningful life is not being rich, being popular, being highly educated, or being perfect. It is about being real, being humble, being able to share ourselves and touch the lives of others. It is only then that we can have a full, happy, and contented life. And there's a lot of people that probably not watching right now that I think they need to hear that as well. But again, I don't wish the worst on anybody, even my worst. I don't wish ill on my worst enemy. I don't think I even actually have one because I won't let that happen. But just remember, everyone, there's a lot going out on the world. Don't be fake. Be supportive of each other, and just let's just keep this going.
Well said. Follow us on Twitter at LBStatKid1977 and at Hathaway Lou. You can send us a tweet, use the hashtag StatBoyApproved, and drop us a line if you have any sports-related questions or anything you want us to see talk about on the Sports Bar. We're going to do this again next week, just like we always do. Keep up the good work that you're doing. Be kind to each other. Love each other. I say it every week. I say I love you all. I truly mean it. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. Stat Boy out.
Screw Bill Belichick.